Richard Weil, and I am the owner and principal of National Restaurant Consultants. And we welcome you into the 171st edition of the NRC Helpful Moment. And as always, we are thrilled to have Mr. Brian Devine from CafeFuel and Top Line Management. Hello, Brian. How are you?
I am well, Richard. How about yourself?
Good. June 1st. Hard to believe. Hard to believe.
6 months in, it's
It,
crazy.
yeah, we're getting close to the end of the second quarter, but live from Norwich, New York, in upstate New York, is Alicia Brooks. And we've had Alicia on with us on the NRC Helpful Moment before. She is an expert on training. She has a company called Training by Alicia. I believe that's correct, isn't it, Alicia?
Yes.
And today we're going to talk about developing people. And she's got some new tricks up her sleeve. And Alicia, I'd like you to just share a few minutes about some of the new things you're doing. And I think the last time we were on, we had you show us your new training center, which of course is all finished. But talk to us about the importance of developing people and giving back and investing in people. So if you would, take it away, Alicia.
All right. Thank you so much. Like he said, my name is Alicia. I am in upstate New York. And literally a month before COVID, I started my business, Training by Alicia. And it has evolved a little bit here and there. And I've gone back to training and then forward. And I've really found myself in training with social media. In October 21st, I have dates here, so I know where I'm at. But October 21st, 2021, my brother and my sister-in-law finally convinced me to join TikTok. I was so against it. I had no interest. I was like, there's no way that I am getting in front of a camera and I'm recording and putting it up on this little kids app. I was so against it. Well, my brother who owns a business and my sister-in-law who's a realtor, they were on there and they were like, you should do it. You should do it. So I did it and I fell in love with it. It was so fun. I didn't right away get a following. I remember my first video I thought about for like a week and a half before I finally had the guts to really put it up. And it got over 100 likes. And I remember being so excited. And it was just talking about how servers need to wear their hair up. People shouldn't be outside smoking in their aprons, and how important it is to clean your restaurant, things that we already know. And then at the beginning of January, I put up one about training and how frustrating it can be to train a new employee, especially when they're very nervous, especially servers, when you say, okay, you got to do it this way. And then they go and you watch them do it a different way. And that really got the conversation started on my page. People were like, it was specific to a restaurant I had been working with, and they were having a tough time getting servers to remember to tell the special. So I suggested that when they went to get drink orders, the first thing they should be doing is saying the special. I'm like, say it first, get it out of the way, then you won't forget. Well, every time I would say that, and I'd watch them go over, and they would just completely forget to do it. And so that's kind of what it was about. And people were like, well, why do you need to do a special? And people started asking questions about specials, which really got the conversation going. And then a couple of weeks later, someone asked me if I would be willing to do some server training on my platform. And I was so excited. I went on Amazon and I bought a server apron, a tray, a server book, a chef jacket, and a thermometer for props, so I could really get into my role as a server. And really, how can people like really know what you're doing and what you're talking about if they can't see what you're doing? Like if I'm up here just talking in like a manager uniform, or if I'm not in server uniform and I'm trying to like talk to servers, it's hard for them to relate. So I was really excited. I did a whole haul on like getting these items. And then the first one I did was how to carry a tray. That was one of my first big videos, how-to videos, and people loved it. They ate it up. And then they started asking me questions about that. And then I decided one day to do a skit on how not to serve. And that video went viral. On TikTok, in order for a video to go viral, it has to hit 1 million views. So that right now at this point is way over 1 million views. It's been seen, I don't even know how many times. I got a lot of hate on that video too. I had a lot of servers saying, how dare you? Like, they thought I was a customer giving advice to servers. And so even though there was a lot of hate on my video, it also got a lot of really good advice from other servers. And I started like looking at this advice and I'm like, this needs to be shared. Like, these aren't things that I think about because I work in a really tiny little town. Like, so the things that I do are so different. So I started just sharing them and I called it server to server advice. And I'm up to tip 32 now, I believe. And because I do other videos in between, and it started to take off. People, like other servers, would get really excited and put their own advice into the comments. And on TikTok, you have the ability to reply to comments. And when you reply, the comment kind of shows up like wherever you want it on the screen. So what I do is I put it with a trending song. I do maybe a skit. Some of times, like people say, oh, I say this, this is my spiel, and they write it out. And so I literally will say it with the comment next to me and record it with a trending song, because the trending song is very important in order for it to get views. And man, the excitement that people have started to get is really great. Not only are new servers coming to my page saying thank you so much, or asking questions like, hey, other servers, like, I had this problem the other day, how do I handle it? But like, servers that have been in it for years are excited to give advice. They're like, this is how I handle it. And if you work in food service, you know that like you got those people that love it, that are like so into it. And then you got those people that are like, I just do it because I have to. Mm-hmm. And I love the food service industry. I think it's exciting. It's fun. And I love watching these veteran servers like give their input and help younger servers and new servers, because it brings excitement back into the industry. And the advice is incredible. Like, it's absolutely incredible. Like, there was one person that was like, I always, when I'm doing drinks, like my little spiel at the beginning, I always remind them that we have desserts and that, they can always take it to go. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. So I did a little spiel, showed them a different way of doing it. Of course, I had people say, girl, that's way too much. I won't say all those words. And I always say, you can take it or leave it. It's not advice for everybody. I want you to watch it, and if you don't think it's going to work for you, then that's fine, but maybe it will help somebody. I'm learning a lot myself. I honestly have only been, and I've put this on my page because I kind of felt like an imposter. Like, I'm currently not a server, so how can I go in there and tell people advice? And that's kind of where that whole thing came from, is I may not, feel comfortable doing it, but I can show it from other people that are servers that are doing it right now. I have served in the past. I have been in the industry for over 15 years, but it was like kind of nerve-wracking knowing that, like, in my head, I'm like, I'm technically not a server. But yeah, like having these other servers like give this advice, I learned so much. I could literally go into the restaurant tomorrow and serve and feel confident, more confident than I've ever felt, because I have all this advice. And that is my hope for anybody that's looking on my page, is not just for servers, but for like customers to look at it and kind of understand where we're coming from when we're serving them. And I have customers ask questions. Like, one gentleman asked, why does my server come to my table like 6 times? And so I'm like, here's 3 reasons they might. They're new and they're nervous, or they're bored, or it's company policy. And that one went insane. People were just like, oh, and this reason, and servers giving input of why they do that. And, it really helps customers. And then I had one girl say, how do you handle getting hit on while you're working? And all of these servers started giving input. And like, it's really overall something I never imagined to go the way that it has. But I'm so excited that it has, because I'm part of the International Food Service Executives Association. And that's what we do. We're there to help one another. We're there to say, okay, here's some resources. I can help you. And I'm pretty much trying to do that now on my page and say, like, okay, what questions does this person have? How can we answer it this way? And really kind of bring together this whole community. And I'm really like excited for the future. I'm going to start doing live videos and like really like try to figure out more of like what questions people have. Now that I'm at, actually on May 26th, I was at 6,000 followers. And today I'm at 12,000. That's like 2 weeks, I gained 6,000 followers. And once you hit, so like they have different levels on TikTok. Once you hit 1,000 followers, you're able to go live and add your website link. And then once you hit 10,000 followers, you can join the creator fund. So you can start making some money off of your videos. You can also get gifts on your videos, and you can have a playlist, which I am using those features. And then the next rank would be 100,000 followers. And you're able to get all of those features. Plus, like, there's so many more features that they offer.
Yeah. So Alicia, what's your link to your page? Can you give that real quick? And there it is. All things food service at Alicia Brooks. All things food service at Alicia Brooks. And I'm going to ask Brian, because I know this is near and dear to his heart. What are you thinking here? We got ourselves an all-star on our 171st NRC Helpful Moment. And pretty soon she's going to be able to run for president. That, by the way, because I know I know how she thinks. But go ahead, Brian.
You know, I hope that everyone that's watching this is hearing not only the excitement of Alicia and what she's doing, but she's entertaining. And so when you're on TikTok, especially, you have to be entertaining. So if you are just sort of droning on, or you're just reading something, it's not going to do very well. It's when you're entertaining. And so we're asked all the time about TikTok and, what can we do as an agency to help with TikTok? And there are things that we can do, but that's not the point of TikTok, right? So if we're going to run an ad, it better be really fun and entertaining, and we better have a lot of versions of it, because otherwise it's just going to quit really fast. And there's a minimum of a $50 per day spend. So if you don't want to spend at least $50 a day for 30 days, then ads are not what you want. What you want is what Alicia is talking about, where you're talking about what you're excited about. You're talking about what you're passionate about. You're taking advantage of what TikTok is about. It's about entertainment, right? So she's entertaining. She's also educating. And then it sounds like she's adding that third piece, which is showing how to execute on what she's talking about. So there's the show and tell feature, and that's perfect. That's everything that you want to be doing. So I just want to make sure that everyone that's hearing this is really getting it, that if you want to be on these platforms, then be entertaining. Also educate, but entertainment first, educate second, and then show people how to actually do it. Show them what you're doing third, and you will have those kinds of results, rather than just saying, well, let's just run an ad and hope that $50 a day will turn into $52 in your pocket. I don't know. That's what I really hope people are getting from it.
So Alicia, I can't thank you enough again for taking the time to be with us, because the last time you were on, we had a lot of our followers really like our NRC Helpful Moment. I can tell you today, it's going to be out of sight. I'd love for you to send me the link. Just email that to me if you don't mind, or text it, and we'll share it. And then I want to talk to you some more about how we can engage your training with some of our clients at NRC. So if you're interested, not only look at Alicia's page, but get back to us and we'll link you up to Alicia, because, this is what she does. She's a professional trainer, but more than anything else, she's a wonderful human being. And she's raising 3 small children in upstate New York, and she's a busy woman. I can tell you that. I know that. So all's good. So Alicia, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited that I got to talk to you guys about it.
Thank you. Brian, that's all I got for today.
Bye for now, everybody.
Thank you.